Welcome to Terrastorian, the channel where we unravel the lore of Arknights. I am Akka, and in today's video, we will be exploring the known threats that await us in Talos-II. We've covered the broader world of Endfield in a previous video, so if you want context, feel free to give that one a watch after this one too. But for this video, we will be looking at the threats that loom over Talos-II. Since the game is still in beta, things are subject to change, but based on what we know so far, we've identified a total of 3 major threats that you want to watch out for when you set foot on Talos-II. So without further ado, let's get into the world of ArknightsEndfield. Firstly, let's talk about the primary threat present across Talos-II, the Aggeloi. The first encounter with the Aggelois happened more than a century ago, during a conflict now known as the First Aggeloi War. This war caused the destruction of the Ether Gate and led to the emergence of the Northern Auroral Barrier in Talos-II. The Aggelois are hostile animated entities made from natural matter. They are categorized by their distinct halo structure, which is a callback to their name being Greek for angel or messenger. The presence of Aggeloi are mainly concentrated in the northern frontier regions of Talos-II, but they are also found throughout Talos-II. There are 4 verified modes of Aggeloi behavior, and that are being 1. Construction, 2. Deconstruction, 3. Mimicry, and 4. Attacking people or attacking man-made objects. The reason why it is said that the Aggeloi are constructed instead of being birthed is because they spawn from mysterious structures known as anchors. Anchors basically act as factories, each producing similar Aggeloi. However, there may occasionally be variations of it. Differing Aggeloi have different construct patterns, as they may define its outward appearance, mode of movement, and means of attack. Ever since the First Aggeloi War, humanity on Talos-II has discovered new Aggeloi construct patterns. As such, the standard Aggeloi classification, abbreviated as SAC, was made to help users identify the best strategy to face Aggeloi in battle. The Aggeloi make difficult foes to face, as they lack the typical biological characteristics, such as feeling pain, bleeding, and displaying emotional response. Not being able to measure whether a Aggeloi is hurt or not is the reason why they are so hard to face in combat. Due to them lacking the typical biological characteristics, there is an ongoing debate whether they are genuinely alive or not. According to one scientist's theory, the halo itself might be the actual living entity, governing a mechanical body. A particular Aggeloi to note is Astron, which appeared in Valley 4 20 years ago. While the specific metrics were lost to the war, Astron was believed to be at least 100 meters tall and had several large spikes that twist around in a vortex. When it moves, it covers whatever it touches with an ominous shade of red, resulting from the ether side generated from its immense form. Fortunately, Astron was defeated by the UWST as they emerged victorious. Before we continue, we really appreciate your support. You can help support us by subscribing to our channel, leaving a comment below, and sharing our videos. It keeps our team at Terrastorian going, and your help really means everything to us. The Blight is a hazardous phenomenon that occurs on Talos-II, when the ether side overlaps with real space. Among the many threats faced by the inhabitants of Talos-II, the Blight is considered one of the more dangerous, as it has been observed to be capable of manifesting anywhere within the subterranean, the surface, atmospheric, and orbital zones of the moon. When the Blight manifests, it is known as a Blight rupture event. There are 2 types of Blight, active Blight and static Blight. As the name suggests, Active Blight are a hazardous phenomena that actively causes destruction. Eliminating them requires suitable decryption to expose their Blight core for destruction through physical means. The other type of Blight is the static Blight, this being the residue that remains after an active Blight has been destroyed, which resembles a layer of fluid asphalt covering what is left of the area destroyed by a Blight. There are potentially other various forms of Blight out there for us to encounter in Talos-II. An example being the visually distinct Blight of Wu Ling. The Blight can inflict a range of destructive effects on whatever it comes in contact with, either by physically eroding matter or distorting the surrounding time and space. Blight can have an effect on land, machinery and objects through erosion and visual corruption. Blight that affects sentient lifeforms can have visual hallucinations, physical and mental stress, and may ultimately lead to death. The shortest known active Blight on record is 217 milliseconds, while the oldest active Blight lasted for 149 years. Something to note is that the Terrans first stepped onto Talos-II 152 years ago. Finally, we have the Landbreakers. The Landbreakers refer to groups of armed raiders operating on the fringes of the civilization ban to act out criminal activities. Contrary to popular belief, Landbreakers collectively refer to multiple distinct groups, known individually as clans, instead of being a single organized group. The term Landbreaker comes from the former war hero of the Aggeloi War, Jacob Myson. For unknown reasons, he turned to a life of crime and became a warlord. He was the one who founded the criminal organization Landbreakers, and that became the origin of the term we use today. After Myson seized the control of an originium cultivation site, he was able to rapidly grow his organizations and gained significant amount of power and resources, becoming a dangerous threat. This prompted major factions of the civilization band to take action. Although Jacob Myson was ultimately defeated, the original Landbreakers disbanded. His legacy continues through three prominent clans: the Pact, the Sanreavers, and the Bone Crushers. The Bone Crushers are led by Nefereth, though things seem to be a little bit more complicated. They have gained the power through the use of SethFire, a gaseous substance that has hallucinogenic, neurotoxic properties, allowing them to temporarily enhance their physical strength. Haze also seems to be connected to the Blight as well. The Bone Crushers also seem to use strange glyphs and markings that those outside the clan find hard to decipher. The last thing to mention is the Foundation, the group that Nefereth is believed to be connected to, yet not much is known about it. She may be using the Bone Crushers to fulfill their goals instead. However, there may be one other character who might be related to the Foundation, that being Cliff, who appeared in the first Endfield tech test. The reason for this connection is that both use a triangular prismatic portals, a potential use of travel used by the Foundation. Despite this, we do not know if he will appear in the full release of the game or not. And that ends today's video. I hope you enjoyed it and found it interesting. Let us know your theories and expectations for the lore of ArknightsEndfield in the comments. Would you like to see more Endfield videos? Is there a specific race, nation or topic within the Arknights universe you would like us to explore? If so, feel free to share your suggestions below. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.